Institutes of the Christian Religion by John Calvin, Book 1, Chapter 14, Section 17. The Devil Stands Under God's Power. As for the discord and strife that we say exists between Satan and God, we ought to accept as a fixed certainty the fact that he can do nothing unless God wills and assents to it. For we read in the history of Job that he presented himself before God to receive his commands and did not dare undertake any evil act without first having obtained permission. Thus also, when Ahab was to be deceived, Satan took upon himself to become a spirit of falsehood in the mouth of all the prophets, and commissioned by God, he carried out his task. For this reason too, the Spirit of the Lord that troubled Saul is called evil, because the sins of the impious king were punished by it as by a lash. And elsewhere it is written that the plagues were inflicted upon the Egyptians by God through evil angels. According to these particular examples, Paul generally testifies that the blinding of unbelievers is God's work, although he had before called it the activity of Satan. Therefore, Satan is clearly under God's power, and is so ruled by his bidding as to be compelled to render him service. Indeed, when we say that Satan resists God, and that Satan's works disagree with God's works, we at the same time assert that this resistance and this opposition are dependent upon God's sufferance. I am not now speaking of Satan's will, nor even of his effort, but only of his effect. For inasmuch as the devil is by nature wicked, he is not at all inclined to obedience to the divine will, but utterly intent upon contumacy and rebellion. From himself and his own wickedness, therefore, arises his passionate and deliberate opposition to God. By this wickedness he is urged on to attempt course of action which he believes to be most hostile to God. But because with the bridle of his power God holds him bound and restrained, he carries out only those things which have been divinely permitted to him. And so he obeys his Creator, whether he will or not, because he is compelled to yield him service wherever God impels him.